Hey guys, how are you doing today? Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. I'm Glenn Kay of Silent Takeover, Dolphinshavers and Silent Shavers, and today I'm going to be bringing you a war weight and upgrade guide and also a Townhall 12 Drag Bat attack. Before we get started, if you find the content useful, then please give me a like or comment below. As ever, I'm always keen to hear of any suggestions you may have for content you'd like for me to bring you. And in fact, today's video was suggested by Nishu. So thank you for the suggestion, Nishu. I hope you enjoy the video. Also, feel free to subscribe to my channel. You'll find more content and videos on Townhall 8 through to Townhall 12. And if you'd like to join me in Clash, then please check out the description below. You'll find our clan tags and the requirements for joining us, as well as a link for the Silent Takeover Discord. Now, before I get onto the guide itself, I just wanted to give a quick shout out. I've surpassed 25 subscribers now, so thank you everybody that has hit that subscribe button. It is appreciated, and anybody that hasn't yet, please do so. I'll be looking to bring you content every other day. Okay, so first up, war weight and upgrade guide. Why is war weight important? Well, first off, this applies only to classic war. As you all know, CWL is more done on your performance as a clan as a whole, and war weight doesn't come into it. However, in classic war, war weight is a huge factor on who you're drawn against when you're looking for a clan war. Now, what is war weight? It's essentially how powerful your base is. So obviously the more upgrades you do, or the stronger defences that you put in, then when the game is looking for a match, it will look to draw you to the nearest possible base. And obviously that's done across the whole clan. So the whole point of war weight is you want to upgrade things in a particular order, so your offense is as strong as possible, but defensively you're not weak, but you're not too powerful. So then you're matched with a similar type of opponent, with the idea being that your offense is strong and you should be more than strong enough to take out your mirror. As an example for this, if at Townhall 10, the second you put in an Inferno tower, when the game is doing a war search, it will then be looking to match you with an Inferno tower. So if you're a brand new Townhall 10 and the first thing you put in is 2 Infernos, the theory being that your opponent will have 2 Infernos, and if you've done that straight away, you're going to find that pretty tough. So then, what is the suggested order of upgrades? Well, fortunately, I've set out a base today, and I'm going to guide you through those. First and foremost, walls. Walls, walls, walls. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do all of these first, but it's always something that you want to be chipping away at. There is no point in being a Townhall 12 with purple walls, as any competent player will just roll over your base and get the 3-star. So always, always, always do your walls. Now the first thing you want to look at as a brand new town hall are these here, which is your offense. So you're looking at the army camps, your heroes, the barracks, the spell factories, your CC, your lab, and as a Townhall 12, your siege workshop. These buildings won't actually add too much to your war weight, but obviously upgrading these items will make you stronger, ready to take on the challenges at your new Town Hall level. So always look to do those first off. Next up, collectors and storages. Again, these hold very little to no war weight, so and also they tend to be quite cheap as an upgrade. So certainly at the start of a Town Hall level, when there's so much to do, it's always worth plugging away at these. It can help keep your builders busy, as well as getting through the upgrades, but keeping your war weight low while you work on the first set of upgrades, which was your offense. Once you've completed these, the next thing you should be looking at are going to be the traps. And that, in my opinion, does also include the hidden Teslas. So they can be quite a powerful upgrade with very little war weight. So all of these traps, obviously I've got a lot as I'm a Town Hall 12, but always look to do those. They can be quite expensive for quite little protection that they offer, but again, with in mind keeping your war weight low, that's certainly the next suggested upgrade. And then after that, you can actually start looking at some of the defences. So next up are the air sweepers and the air defences. Not too much to say on these. Certainly at the lower levels, they will help protect you from the air attacks, so the dragons or the dragloon attacks, and so they will protect you from air very early on. And again, their war weight is very, very low. Once you've completed the air defences, you want to look at your point defence. So that is your cannons and your archer towers. There's quite a lot of them, and at some Town Hall levels you have a double upgrade on those. So obviously you want to be working through them. And once you've completed all of these, the next port of call will need to be your splash damage. So that's your mortars and your whiz towers. Now these are weighted quite heavily, and you would notice if when you're looking at your war map, if you do upgrade these quite early on, you will jump up the rankings quite quickly, and you will actually be ahead of some of the guys who will have stronger offense than yourself, and therefore they'll have the easier opponents. So I would discourage you from doing these straight away. And then from here on out, these the next defences will be Town Hall level specific defences. So at each Town Hall level, you will want to do this item last. So at Town Hall 8, you have the bomb towers. So this, when you're a Town Hall 8, as tempting as it may be, do not build your bomb tower first. You'll go right up the rankings. And again, as mentioned, you don't want that. When you hit Town Hall 9, you have the expos. So again, as a Town Hall 9, you may see the expos and really want those in your base to help protect your base. But again, when it comes to war, you won't want that, because as soon as you put those in, the chances are your mirror is also going to have expos. And then we jump up to Town Hall 10, and you've got the Infernos. Very powerful defences, and certainly if you're a new Town Hall 10, if you're looking at facing Infernos, you'll find those quite intimidating, and you probably will struggle, which is why I would advise those. They have to be the last defence that goes in at Town Hall 10. By this point, your heroes will be a very high level, and also your lab upgrades and other offense will be of a strong Town Hall 10 level. And then we jump up to Town Hall 11, the infamous Eagle Artillery. Again, when you first jump up to Town Hall 11, you may get drawn against these, and you'll know that they are very, very tough. So the last thing that you want as a Town Hall 11 is to disadvantage yourself and your clan by putting in an Eagle Artillery, which will then draw you against an Eagle, and you're really going to struggle. Finally, Town Hall 12 and the Giga Tesla. Now this is, as soon as you upgrade to Town Hall 12, the Giga Tesla will automatically be a level 1. Now, this one's a bit of a funny one. So the Giga Tesla goes up 5 levels, with each rank making it tougher and a more formidable defense. When I was going through the upgrades at Townhall 12, I did leave the Giga Tesla till last before getting it to level 5. However, the flip of that is when it is a level 5, it has the Giga Bomb, and that completely changes the way that people will look at hitting your base, because they have to consider that Giga Bomb. So it's kind of up to you on this one. I would encourage you to leave it till last, because again, if you have a level 5 Giga Tesla, then you're going to be looking at being drawn against a level 5 Giga Tesla. But the flip of that is that Giga Bomb that's unlocked at level 5 is very, very strong. So that's the guide on the war weight and upgrades. What do you think to that? You know, drop me a comment. Let me know if you feel a bit differently about war weight, or certainly the order of the upgrades. And so next up, let's just visit our CWL. We're on the last day, so we have won the last 2 wars, and it is very, very tight down there. We are hoping to stay up, but I guess we won't know until all is said and done and the wars have finished and those bonus 10 stars for the wins have been given out. As you can see there, it is very, very close. So hopefully in my next video, I'll be letting you know that we stayed up. It'd be nice to remain in Masters and not go back down to Crystal. Now, today's attack, again, was completed by myself, and I'm really sorry, but it isn't actually a 3-star. But I still wanted to bring you the attack. The Drag Bat is proving to be very popular, so I just wanted to bring you it so you can get a flavour for what you should be looking at when you're completing the attacks. So let's have a look at this base. It is another of the island bases. However, I have come across this type of base before, and I have always struggled with the Drag Bat. Now, usually my plan would be to come in heavy on the Townhall side with the loons and the drags, take the Townhall, but then I find I end up taking heavy fire from the Eagle, and I struggle for anything higher than a 50%. So what I wanted to do this time was to try something a little bit different. So how am I going to hit this? If you look along the bottom, we'll check out my army comp. So there's a giant, and I will get onto that in a moment. 15 loons, 8 drags, an E-drag, 5 minions, a wall wrecker this time. So as you know, I usually take the slammer when completing a drag bat, but I had a different plan this time. And in that wall wrecker, there were 2 ice golems and 2 giants. We then also have all the heroes, 1 rage, 3 freeze spells, 6 bats, and a CC rage. So with this one, it was a 2-stage attack, well, 3-stage attack. First up, I wanted to try and take this Townhall using my heroes. So the first thing I wanted to do is create a bit of a funnel, and so I was going to use an E-drag just here. So the first thing, as always, is I will place 1 loon to just trigger any traps, and you will see that that does happen with this one. So the loon goes down and then the E-drag comes in, and the intention of the E-drag was to clear this and these buildings to help begin creating a funnel. I then placed the wall wrecker to come in here to get access to the compartments. The king was going to be placed here, and his intention, or the plan, was for him to come here, but unfortunately, and then into the compartment, but he decides to do his own thing, as the heroes always do. And then finally, the queen was going to be placed here behind the wall wrecker to again join the wall wrecker and coming into this compartment, taking down the AD, the Inferno, and the Giga. And then anything on top of that would be considered a bonus. So the idea here being is this part of the base is cleared. And then what I wanted to do, which was different, is using my dragons, I wanted to come in on this eagle. And so, as always, the line of loons. And I know those of you that regularly check out the videos will probably be sick of hearing this by now. But always put down a line of loons first to trigger any traps. And then after that, put your drags down. As the last thing you want is for your dragons, which are the tanky, heavy part of your attack, to be taking some unforeseen damage and losing them very quickly. So the loons, the drags and the warden were all to come in here with a rage to help them get into the base and get towards that eagle. So that's the second part of the attack, and then the third part was for the bats themselves. As you know, whiz towers and multi-target infernos are the enemy of the bats. So I wanted to place my bat spell up here, where we've got the whiz tower and the air defense. Now, I did mention this giant, and what I wanted to do, so usually I would use a loon to distract the whiz tower, but for the same housing space, a giant has much more hit points. So what I did on this one is place the giant here to draw the wizard's attention. I could then place the bat spells without using one of my freezes, which would mean I could save it for later on in the base. And the intention here was for the bats to clear all of this and meet up with the dragons in the middle and then push on to the rest of the base. I then also brought in my additional loons to come in on this last compartment for the whiz tower, the multi-target and the AD. Now, unfortunately, it did not go quite as planned. I did pick up a high percentage and secured a safe 2-star, which, as you all know, is important when it comes to CWL. But I didn't quite have enough for the 3. But again, it was an improvement on previous hits on this style of base, where I've only managed 50 or just over 50%. So let's check out the replay. And there you have it. So sorry guys, no 3-star, but I hope seeing that attack and the planning behind it has given you some ideas for how to implement the drag bat in your own attacks. So that's it for today. Again, I would like to hear your thoughts on the war weight and upgrade guides. And also, if you found the video useful, please give me a like or comment. And please, please, please subscribe to the channel, where I'll look to bring you more content in future. Until next time guys, keep on clashing.